And it was
Coca-Cola. For the replay, well,
Mommy has one.
sure they know you meant Coca-Cola.
Where's all the rest of the pizza goes?
Okay, Cindy, you can actually wait to do that until we're done because you're being really
so
loud.
loud.
So just go find something to do.
Not watch TV. Clean your room.
Where'd all the other pizzas go?
Why not? Everyone else is watching TV.
Well, they're into their screen time. She hasn't done her chores yet.
Hello, fellas, people, ladies. What?
The pizza was our dinner. It's right here. Hey, Mercy.
Hello, 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 everyone.
Andrea Turkhurst. That's the coolest last name ever.
Turkhurst.
Lisa Turkhurst.
Oh.
Okay, guys, we just scarfed down our dinner because here it is 7 o'clock. We normally don't eat at 7. Normally we're getting the kids ready for bed. We normally don't eat late. But I got a flat tire today and the other car is in the shop. So it's been quite the day and we couldn't get to the store to get stuff for dinner. So we had to wait. And so it's been kind of a chaotic, hot mess of a day. So we were trying to scarf food down. Good thing you can't smell our breath because it was pizza and sweet potato fries and whatever else we could find. So we wanted to go live in here and, well, first thank you, Marcy, for asking us to come on and talk to your team. Some of you may have watched our story video. When did we do it? Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, we did a video in the United We Rise training group and we shared our story, or some of it, most of it. So if you don't know who we are, you can go back to United We Rise and watch our actual story video. We didn't want to bore you with our story a second time. So today we're going to talk about, today we're going to talk about busting excuses. And then if you guys have excuses that you want to put in the comments, or maybe you don't consider it an excuse, but it's a struggle you're dealing with, let us know in the comments so we can cover some of those.
And also tag somebody who you think should watch
needs to hear this.
Yeah.
So for us, we used to have a lot of excuses. And
still do.
yeah, we still have excuses, but we try to bust our own excuses. So we use our excuses turn them into our why. So basically, I know the biggest one right now that everyone has been saying is the virtual learning, teaching your kids at home, but while having a business, running a business at the same time. And if you work full time, that's hard, right? So if you're working 8 to 5 and coming home and having to school your kids or whatever, but it's totally doable. We know people and we've also ourselves have homeschooled our kids. And so it's totally doable. You just need to carve out time. You should be giving yourself time every day to run the business, whether it's 15 minutes, an hour, whatever you can do. We both work full-time from home now. He was able to quit his job July 4th, right? 4th of July. And so he works and I work both full-time from home. We start at about whenever the kids go to school, 8:30.
Yeah.
We start about 8:30. We go out to our office, which is now a little shed out back. We didn't always have that. It was always in the home. And we would make the kids share a room or use our dining room or something and made an office so that we did have an office space, even if it's a closet space, so that you can go and you can go to work.
Mama, I forgot where your office was in the old house.
Sorry, there's still a 4-year-old eating here. Anyway, so carving out time was extremely important for us and actually feeling like we were going to work. So having an office space was extremely important.
Not everyone can have an office space, but still setting the time apart each day, even if that means sitting in your car by yourself, away from your kids.
Yes.
Whatever you gotta do, you gotta find the time and find a way to make time for your business every single day.
Doing like a task sheet of things you want to get done each day is huge. I know that I'm like a honey-do list. I'll like write stuff down on a list so that I see it and I can execute it. Whether it's send out Happy Mail today or check my numbers or anything. So, and you can do it with your kids. When we tell people that we run a family business, it's 110% true that it is a family business. If we are busy making samples and it's chaotic, we have the kids in there helping. Yeah, sometimes the samples don't look so pretty, but you know what? People understand that we run this as a family business and our kids are learning and growing with us. So you cannot use your kids as an excuse why you cannot get stuff done, because it's totally doable. We have 6 kids. And I have a nursing baby that wants to eat every 30 minutes. So I literally have a baby attached to my
Body.
upper half throughout the day, and I will literally be nursing, propping the baby up on my desk and typing at the same time. But so it's totally doable with kids and with learning as well. While you're teaching them and they're sitting at their Chromebook or whatever they're able to learn on, you're sitting next to them working on Scentsy stuff, messaging customers back, writing thank you notes, hosting a party. There's a ton of apps that you can use that will post for you. There's an app called Visly. I'm sure a lot of you know what it is, but it literally posts everything for you. So you schedule it prior. So you would sit there while your kid is doing their school and you would schedule all your posts for the week. Then you're literally not working anything. You worked that one day. Or, you could do it on a Saturday and you literally carve out 4 hours to straight powerhouse your full next week with these apps that do everything for you. Facebook allows scheduled posts, so you can be scheduling posts in your Facebook group. Visly does it for you. So if you have a party that you're hosting, you literally can post everything on Visly and it will post and do it for you. So you should not be using that as an excuse. What's another excuse?
Parties.
What do you mean parties?
People can't get parties.
Oh, people can't go to parties?
No, well, that too. So another excuse that we hear a lot is that they can't get parties because depending on where you are in the U.S., you can't do gatherings. Some people can, some people can't. Or if they can do gatherings, people just aren't interested in the parties. So we were one of those. Like, our first few years in the business, parties were a thing, and now they're slowly dying off for some reason. And so now we had to find out. We had to find a different way to pitch these parties to these customers and to help our teams because they were feeling it too. And so we learned about the personal shopping links.
Or referral link.
Yeah, from Debbie Pitts Palmer. And we have about 6 of them out right now, and they're all consistently bringing orders in because of the way we pitched it. We took away the word party and we said, hey, would you like your own personal shopping link? Give it to your friends, give it to your mom, your grandma, and they all buy, and you can start earning rewards and free Scentsy and stuff. And people were like, oh yeah, I can just text it to my mom, that's it. Yeah, that's all you do, just text this link. And they don't know they're having a party, but they're having this party, and you're racking up the PRV with this successful party, and they're racking in the free rewards.
Our first time doing it was just this last week. It started last Tuesday.
Yep.
And she has gotten almost $400 and some in sales, which is huge for us because we were never doing things like that. 99.9% of our sales came from online, just random orders or orders from follow-ups. But doing that personal shopping link, it was huge, and it was so dang easy. I'm not the type that has the patience to do it. I'll do it on Visly, but I'm not the type that has the patience to go in and do a Facebook party and go live. And everyone has their cute setups in their back and do online parties. Maybe you've done 2 in my whole life and they flopped. So that's never been a strong point for me. So this personal shopping link or referral link is huge. Who did you go through for it? Go through for what? But it's huge because it's easy. It's easy for them and it's easy for us. Yes, we have a lot of kids. We have a lot going on. We have 1 kid in middle school, 3 in elementary school, 2 preschoolers home, and then the baby. His sister lives with us. And her husband, and it's huge. So the referral link, Cody, is literally their party link. So you create them a party through your workstation, and their party link, at the end when you click copy link, that is their referral link.
Yep.
And so they think that, you know, like HelloFresh.
Yeah.
If you've ever heard of HelloFresh. HelloFresh is basically, you know, where you get food sent to you. Okay, so you get food sent to you, and then they're like, we'll give you a $5 off coupon and your own party link or referral link, or we'll give you a referral link, share it with your friends, and for every 3 friends who sign up, you get $5 off. Same kind of idea. That's how you're gonna pitch it to them, is instead of getting $5 off, they're going to get free and half off items. Hey guys, we're gonna give you this referral link. You're gonna share it with your friends. Once you hit $200, you're at a party. That's $20 in free stuff, and you go up from there. Keep sharing it. Your options are to keep it open for 30 days or keep it open for 90 and reap the rewards, you know, from that you've gathered from that amount of time. So huge. Super easy for them. Super easy for us.
Yep.
What else? What's some other excuses? Or Marcy, what is some other things that you've been hearing lately? I know COVID has taken a toll on a lot of people. The virus is real. People are dying and people are struggling with it. But as far as business-wise, what are some excuses or some struggles that your team is having that you're seeing a lot of? I know our team, another one is, I'm too busy. I don't have time. Which clearly that's a lie, because we all have the same amount of hours in a day. Cody, I don't want to bother them asking to host a party or referral link. You don't have to, you know, message people and say, oh, la la la. You don't have to cold message people. Where are you going?
Dan wants me to go with David to get more help with them.
One big one is when they haven't received their testers yet. That is huge.
Yep.
Okay, so options there too. If they haven't received their testers yet and they're my direct downline, what we are doing is we got our testers. We made sure that we ordered them the very stinking second they came out. But new people don't have that opportunity, right? So what we did is he is taking the testers that we have, even if it's just the transition set, and he is warming them in a chocolate melter and felt sampling.
Yeah.
Feel free to jump in whenever. I'm just rattling off.
Making felt samples out of each tester. I was able to make 11 individual felt samples with one tester.
And then sending those out to the team so that if they don't have testers or something's going on, that they have these felt samples. At least they can smell them. People can come to their house and smell them. And it just gives them kind of an idea of what Scentsy offers as far as scent.
Yeah.
Even if they don't have all of them, Scentsy's pretty true to scent. When it says it smells like crisp apples and da-di-da-di-da, you know, huge. What else? So that's another one as far as they don't have their testers yet. But another thing is, I don't know why people wait until they get their kit, because there's people that aren't going to be able to smell them anyways from out of town. So you should be on the ball running, getting your information into people's hands, even if you don't have your testers, because you can sell or share to out of town people that aren't going to smell the testers anyways. So that's huge. Don't use that as an excuse. You can start the second that you hit that join button.
Yeah.
You can start. You start messaging people, post on your Facebook, do a live, start some training videos. There's things you can do for your business without having the testers. I mean, honestly, we have like 7 sets of testers and we've used them twice since we got them. The rest is all online. Right now, we did cards of all the new fall releases. He did felt samples of each one, and I posted on my Facebook and I said, hey, does anyone want a sample of each of the new releases from Scentsy? We have a card with all the new releases, 1 sample of each, and then we'll send you a personal shopping link. You can share these smells with your friend and get some benefits.
Yeah, we've actually seen a lot more response that way than asking people to do parties. So I'm really excited about that.
My testers tend to collect dust. I do most of my business online and my customers aren't local. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, just playing off of that and really pouring yourself into that is huge.
If your testers are collecting dust, like you said, then I would make multiple sets using the felt samples, and then post that to your Facebook like she did, and ask people who want some with their own personal shopping link, and see what happens.
Even then, sending it to your VIP customers, you know, how fun would it be that they get a whole card of all the new scents so they can smell them? You know, because I know at the end of the year, we're like, oh my gosh, what a waste of money when we wasted all these testers. Some of them don't come back, whatever. So let's utilize them now. Shoot, I can grab another set if I need. I can borrow a set from somebody if I need. But let's do these felt samples. Let's get these in people's hands so they can smell it. And then the too busy one is one that's probably the only one we hear from our team.
Too busy?
Yeah, I'm too busy.
Yeah.
I started online school and I've got kids and I work full time and I just don't have time to do Scentsy. I mean, how would you do that? You worked full time and have 6 kids and we were caring for your mom and...
Well, for me, it was... because I used to feel like, oh, I'm too busy. And then I'd find myself just surfing social media for like 15, 20 minutes at a time. You add all that time up that you're just surfing Facebook throughout the day and you get more than an hour. Like on average, a person is...
You can put that thing on your phone if they have an iPhone?
Oh yeah, like track your app usage. So like it was a lot of hours at the end of the week. And so I was like, oh, that's a lot of time that I'm on my phone. Like I could be creating samples or like flyers, or I can be reaching out to the team. I can be, you know, working my business, trying to sell and raise my PRB. Like I just started looking at it that way. And while I was on my phone on Facebook, I just did a lot of work, and I turned all of my screen time into work because I used to be too busy. I used to work a full-time job and then come home and then sometimes help with laundry and dinner and all that stuff. And I was literally too busy. And then I'd catch myself with 20 minutes on my phone and started to bust that
Like,
excuse.
what did I do
because,
for that 20 minutes?
yeah, I
Nothing.
just surfed it for no reason, did nothing, earned no money, and so turned my attitude around and was like, well, I'm just sitting here on my phone, might as well do something. So I'd reach out, follow up with somebody, and I started to, you know, gain sales that way, or reaching out to the team and motivating them. Like, it all just adds up. Like, no matter what you're doing every single day on your phone, turn it into something that's going to make you money. Like, make it income producing.
I think another excuse that people have, like Marcy was saying, she keeps hearing, is, oh my gosh, my thought. I hear like some dumb song down there. The cat's looking at me. Oh my gosh. What did she say? What did Marcy say? Oh my gosh, I'm going to do something bad and knock this phone over or something. Another thing I'm hearing is they don't want to bother people about joining. Okay, that is my biggest pet peeve.
Oh, man. The way somebody worded it the other day is, don't sell Scentsy to people. Don't recruit people into Scentsy. Share the opportunity.
Right, like when they see your Facebook or wherever you're doing, wherever your platform is, why should they want to join you? Do you make it look hard? Are you complaining on your Facebook like, oh my gosh, I had to wake up at 2 a.m. to place these orders. Oh, like I'm so tired. Or did you word it like, oh my gosh, I'm so freaking excited, up at 2 a.m., rocking out these orders, I'm so excited. And then the next day you're like,
customers.
yeah, and then the next day you're like, you know, woke up at 2 a.m. feeling like a rock star. Good morning, everyone. You know, like, how are you wording it? Because people are watching, and you don't realize that people are watching until people join. And they say, I mean, we just got it the other day. There's somebody on my Facebook that's been on there for a while, and like years, like 9 or something years on my Facebook. And I've never once messaged her to order Scentsy. I've never once asked her to join Scentsy. She messages me out of nowhere. I've been watching your Facebook for the last couple months and I'd really like to join your team. Tell me a little bit more about the opportunity.
Yep.
Like, okay, honestly, we have 2 or 3 new recruits this month and I've not recruited. We have not recruited one of them. They literally came to us because you're not cold messaging people. That is my biggest pet peeve. I get cold messaged daily. Oh my gosh, like I saw your makeup girl and you should totally sell Unique. La la la. I think you'd be so great on my team. No, you don't even know me, first of all. So how do you know I'm going to be great on your team? Second of all, I already sell something and I'm pouring my heart into one thing. Or, you know, so I think that's huge, is sharing the opportunity with people.
Yeah.
And making it look so dang easy and so fun. And what has Scentsy done with you? Honestly, you're doing yourself a disservice, your customers and your friends and your family a disservice if you're not sharing with them the opportunity and what Scentsy has done for you. We have a gal on our team that literally uses Scentsy to pay for her son's preschool.
Yeah.
When she started, she said that's all she wanted is for it to cover this one bill, right? And now she's like $2,500 a month consistently. Huge. and she has one person underneath her.
Yeah.
And so she was saying the other day that same thing. She was like, I don't want to bother people. I don't want to be a bother. I don't want to be like a salesy person trying to get people to join. And so I literally told her, you wanted to do Scentsy to pay for your child's preschool. What if there is another lady out there that wants to be able to pay for her child's preschool, but she doesn't know how to ask you? Or she's, quiet or an introvert and she doesn't know how to say, hey, I would love to join your team. So you're doing a disservice by not saying something. And even if you're not messaging people, but you're sharing on your Facebook, I think that's huge.
Sharing means there's like two types of sharing. So you can be the type that like sells share, like only post pictures of like marketing images, join my team for $99, and that's it. And then there's other types of sharing. Somebody, I can't remember who it was, but they posted about their husband. She was able to retire him after so many years of him working this job, and she just like went into detail about how she was able to have her husband retire, and she's happy to have him because he's actually happy and he's doing things at home that he actually enjoys doing. And like it was just this like whole spew about how amazing it is to have him home, right? And then at the very end, she's like, I just want to help people do this. This is all I want. I want other women to be able to bring their husbands home and live life as a family. This is all I want to do. That's why I'm in this business. She shared the joint opportunity by sharing what she was able to do for her husband. So if you're sharing things that, like she said, that Scentsy's doing for you in your life, or if it's not even for yourself, if it's somebody that you adore, like in the business, there's lots of people out there, and they do something amazing, and they were able to accomplish something huge because of Scentsy. Like sharing that, like, oh my gosh, so and so, I love them so much. They're the greatest. Like they were able to do this because of Scentsy. Like this opportunity is for everyone, not just for me. Like just sharing the opportunity and being passionate about why people should be joining your team, or why you want people to join your team, is like just to share the opportunity. Like all of that, like it's gonna bring people in. People watch that, and it was not easy for us at first. Mm-hmm. Our Facebook was quiet the first year.
Well, we did a lot of the whole posting stock photos and posting flyers that we Googled for. Not saying that's bad, but it's not original. You didn't make the flyer. It's not coming from you. It's not coming from your heart. For us, like we shared in our other video on Monday, for us it's huge being transparent and honest and real. We want people to know that we fail, we suck, we forget things, we are chaotic, we yell at our kids, we fail every day, we ask forgiveness. Like we want people to know that we're real, but that Scentsy is a real business. It's not like any other direct sales. I have literally sold everything you can imagine. Go get Ava. She's running down the road. Yeah. I have done everything under the sun, whether it's makeup or weight loss or hair products or you name it. I've done it, and just huge. That Scentsy has done so much for us when these businesses never touch that. Never. Ever did we make anything. Never did I make anything with these other businesses. And I tried. But Scentsy is just different. Scentsy a family, and it can do so much more for people than you even realize. So making it look easy, and if it's not easy for you, reach out, get the help that you need, so that when people ask those honest questions and you're being transparent, it's real and genuine. What?
Yeah, Ava.
Yeah, sharing from the heart. It's huge because people are going to know, like, oh my gosh, like, I've been watching them for a while and I see that, Scentsy really is blessing them, and it's huge. You know what? I'm going to ask, because I think if they can do it, I can do it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, if so-and-so can do it, I think I could do it. Mm-hmm. Or getting your best friend to do it with you. Like, oh, let's do it together. Yeah. Let's work this together. Let's learn together. I think it's huge.
Yeah, something I hear too is that people don't want to post on their social media about their business. Well, stop posting business and just share your Scentsy life. Because if you're in Scentsy to, create a better life for yourself, then you need to share like that with people. You need to share, this is why I do this business, because I want to be home with my kids 24/7. This is why I do this business, because I want to be able to do this for other people, things like that. Like, you don't have to just share the business part of Scentsy. You can share like what it's doing for you, and people are going to start to take notice of that. And before you know it, you're going to have people reaching out to you like, hey, I want what you have.
Something huge too is he's been doing a lot of Facebook stories. Well, I thought it was annoying, like I wasn't really getting on the bandwagon, and he was getting a lot of people commenting and messaging about his stories. You know, he was just basically, Scentsy has become our life, so make it your life. Like Scentsy's a lifestyle, it's a life. Like it's not just, you know, every now and then I change my wax. No, it's huge. So every time we change our wax, we're sharing on our story. Hey, it's wax changing day. Like
I even shared making the felt samples yesterday. Like I shared it all throughout from step 1 to the very end, and I had people reach out that aren't even Scentsy. Like, hey, that's really cool. Can I get some of those? But really, like, I didn't have to share that to my Facebook. I could have just shared it to the team. But I was like, it'd be a really cool story. Like, and I was surprised to have people reach out. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think that I started posting on my story because I was like, oh, whatever, I guess. So like yesterday, Everly is our younger one of the youngers, and she was here, and I, posted a story like stuck with this one today. The other kids got to go back to school, but we're doing this. So I posted some stories of her working on schoolwork here, and then walking to work. And so I did a cute little boomerang video story. Leave that here. Where are you going with that? Sit down. I'm trying to take pizza down on my new couch.
No, not on your new couch. On the floor of Thea's TV, since Dad said we can watch TV down there. And eat our food down there.
You're in Thea's room? Nobody said that. Oh my gosh, where was I? See?
Dude, you got so distracted.
Well, he was trying to take my pizza. Like, for real. At least eat the boring kind over here. Leave me the peppered one. Where was I though? Sorry. This is what happens when you have kids and you work a business. Anyways, yeah, so I was doing my stories and doing funny stories like walking to our office or walking to work. And don't make me smack you. People were commenting and saying like, oh my gosh, someday I'll be able to stay home and whatever. And I actually had 2 people that messaged like asking questions. Mm-hmm. I am a squirrel. You should just name me Squirrel.
See, there you go again.
She commented. But people started asking questions. So just sharing your life, because Scentsy is a life. He will literally be wiping the counters, and he's wiping the counters with Scentsy Clean and doing a little story of him wiping the counters. That's considered working. Like, you're putting time into your business. When we've worked a certain amount of time, we'll like give ourselves time off. Like today, we went out there. We woke up super early this morning and went out to the office and just started hustling. We got team gifts done. We got customers who ordered online. We got them Happy Mail done. We pulled some numbers. We worked with some frontline. And then it was like what, noon? 11:30 or noon?
10:45.
And we got done. And so we were like feeling good. It's a good spot to stop. We came in, ate, and then we were like, we're going to take a dang nap. When was the last time we took a dang nap? And we all took a dang nap. That can't happen. That doesn't, happen all the time. You can't just, take a nap when you work a 9 to 5, or you can't take a nap, whatever. And we weren't always able to do that. We literally lived paycheck to paycheck, took care of my grandma in our home, took care of his mom in my home, all at the same time with 6 kids in 1 bathroom.
Not this house, the other house.
Yeah, this house is our dream home. But the other house recently, we've moved every year for the past 5 years right before school, and ran a business. Yep. We were a caregiver for 2 old ladies, mom and grandma. Yep.
We live in the middle of Scentsy Nation. Like, we live 25 minutes away from home office, so there's consultants everywhere. So a big challenge for us is to be better consultants, to be the consultants that people want to come to. And we have customers whose sisters sell Scentsy, cousins sell Scentsy, and they come to us, and we've asked, why do you guys come to us? And they tell us, because you guys share your guys' story about Scentsy. You guys actually have a life that's about Scentsy, and I want to contribute to that. I don't want to sell to my sister who only gets $200 whenever she needs it. Like, so, if you're sharing what you're doing for your customers and how you are trying to be an amazing consultant, you're going to get those customers, and they're going to come to you because they want a better consultant. They want to support someone who's actually doing something with the business and has goals. Mm-hmm. We, like she said, we're very transparent. super open on our Facebook. Like, we share the good, we share the bad, everything. And our people see that, our customers see that, and they appreciate that, and they can relate. And so, we can go forever without talking to a customer. I know that's horrible, but when we reach out, they're always telling us, like, we love you, we love to watch you guys, we feel like we know you because you guys are so open, and you guys will always have our support. So I think that's huge, is if you guys are in an area that is saturated with a bunch of Scentsy consultants, then you need to do things that's going to make you stand out. You need to find something that's going to make you be the better consultant. I've learned for myself that taking pictures is one of my gifts. I can take any Scentsy product and place it in the crappiest setting, and I can take an amazing picture of it. It's
don't be calling my decor and my front porch crappy.
I wasn't referring to that, but I can take really good pictures anywhere, and my people know that. Like, my customers have seen me, like, oh, I've made myself stand out, and I started telling Dee that I've become the consultant who has consultants wanting to buy Scentsy.
Like, they better go to our website.
Yeah, I posted a couple of pictures in the directors group the other day, and some lady was like, yeah, so I didn't want this warmer, but now I do. Off I go to buy it. So that made me feel really good, because I'm setting myself apart with something very simple like pictures. And, that might not be for everyone, but, find something that's going to set you apart and that's going to get you noticed by your customers, and you're going to see your business flourish, I promise. It's amazing.
It's huge, but it involves a little bit of work.
Mm-hmm. And taking the time to actually find what you're good at and what is going to work for you. It's not going to be the very first thing you try.
And remember, your why is constantly changing, so always be channeling that. Like, why am I here? Why am I doing this? And for us, when we first started, we did not believe in Scentsy. We did not have any belief that we could ever make it a living. In fact, I was just thinking the other night after we talked on Monday that, I would hear our SSD say that, like, you can make this a business. Like, you can, go so far. And I literally, like, in my head, not out loud, but in my head, I'd scoff at her, like, oh my gosh, like, you really think that you can stay home and do this full time? Like, that's a joke. Like, you cannot stay home and do direct sales or this business full time. Because I say direct sales, but Scentsy's not like any other direct sales business I've ever been in. So, like, okay, you think that you can stay home and do Scentsy full time? Yeah, right. And then when Johnny said, that he wanted to stay home, I was like, there is no way that we are going to make enough with Scentsy for you to stay home. Like, that's a joke. Like, there is no way. And literally, I just kept doubting what we could do and doubting that we could make it a business.
When I very first wanted to stay home, like years ago?
Any of it.
Or recently?
Any of it, both.
Oh.
Just like doubting, like, oh my goodness, I don't think that that's possible. Like, okay, cool, sure, we're making consistent money, but, we'll never but. So I think that it was huge when we finally believed in ourselves, and when we worked it like a business. So we actually had to take risk. We did take a risk. We have a huge family, and we need money to supply for our needs. Obviously, God supplied for every need that we've ever had, even when we didn't have money. But for us, it was like, you know what? We need money. So it was something that I think, well, when you don't believe in yourself or you don't think of it like that, you're not willing to take a risk. Mm-hmm. But we had to, it was like all in or all out. So he quit his job, and we were like, okay, this is it. And so we hustled Scentsy like a business. And I think that
we did it smart, though. I didn't just quit. Like, we made sure that Scentsy was able to cover the bills before we actually did it.
For 6 months.
So don't go quitting your jobs today.
No, but Jessica did quit hers pretty quickly.
But she has built her business to where she's able to. So
get that fly.
Where?
On the pizza. Oh my gosh.
Go away, dude.
Yeah, so I think that that's huge too, is taking risks.
Mm-hmm.
And you may have to work a little bit harder than the next person for the first 90 days until you get into a rhythm and Scentsy is making the money that you need. So obviously not everyone wants to quit their job and work Scentsy full time. But I'm just here to say that, people use that as an excuse that it could never work. And we were those people. We doubted that it could ever give us what we needed.
Yeah.
Beyond that, if you don't ever make a paycheck with Scentsy, those relationships made, the friendships and the family that's made is like beyond any paycheck we could have ever received.
For me, my reason used to be like for finances, like in order to take a load off of me because I was the only one working and had to pay the bills. So that was my huge why for a long time. And recently, I just feel like we've been given this huge platform to be able to share, like, something that we're very passionate about. And it's amazing, to see, like, what you can do in this business. And if you just put in the work, just be consistent and bust your own excuses and just stop doubting yourselves, and you can go where you want to in this business. Like, there's no ceiling when it comes to Scentsy.
Yeah.
And as when it comes to leadership, there's room at the table for everyone. Like, we're never gonna run out of chairs because Scentsy's growing so much, especially right now in this whole pandemic. Like, it's insane, the hyper growth that we're experiencing. And like, when we say there's room at the table for everyone, like, we mean it. Like, literally, how many consultants is there right now actively selling Scentsy? It's crazy. So yeah, it's just pretty cool.
What else? Do you guys have any other questions? Do you guys have any other struggles you're having? I don't want to take too much of your time because I know y'all are a little later than us. But I want to make sure that our training was useful and that you could take something away from it. We never just want to go on here and just talk and have somebody not learn something.
Yeah.
So we like you to ask questions because then it helps us as well be able to help. And I mean, that's our main goal, is to help you guys. Yeah. Nobody's talking. Y'all just have to type. You don't even have to like show your face and come on and talk. You just gotta type.
Oh my gosh.
Marcy, is there anything else that you've been hearing, or maybe something you yourself is struggling with? Can we see comments? Is comments working?
Yeah, they're right there.
Nobody wants to talk. She'd be commenting about me being a squirrel.
It's been wonderful. I don't see any questions coming through, babe.
So yeah, I guess, I mean, if there's no questions, we can hop off, but we just want, I think that at this point, every excuse can be busted. If you need help busting those excuses, or if you are struggling, reach out. Even if, you don't reach out to your upline.
Finish your thought.
Even if you're not able to reach out to your upline or your whatever, reach out to somebody else. Find somebody else in Scentsy world that you can connect with, that you can get some help from. You can have a mentor with Scentsy. I know that for us, we have a lot of leaders that we're able to reach out to on a daily basis when we're struggling with little things. So that's huge. If you need help, reach out, because somebody's going to be willing to help you. My struggle is I can't drive or see, having eye issues. Mary, I have never had that struggle, but we do have people on our team that have similar struggles. We also have a gal that has stage 4 cancer, and it's some kind of cancer that cannot be cured or use radiation and chemo, and so she literally is bedridden. She does Scentsy strictly from her bed. Her customers know that. They pick up from her front door. Her husband helps her set stuff out. Macular degeneration. Yeah, and she has customers set stuff out for her. If you have someone that can help you, whether it's a daughter, a son, a husband, something, you can have someone help you with certain things. You can also listen to videos, listen to trainings that are helpful that you won't need to see. And then there's obviously other options that you can find as far as getting help on the computer or things like that, or your phone. And then I know another one is mental health issues is huge. I know a lot of people on our team, including I mean, Johnny himself at times, have struggled with anxiety and depression, and using those emotions that you would pour into using it positively and pouring it into your business and your customers. I know that we've seen consultants that struggle with that pouring into their customers, and their cup is getting full.
Yeah.
They're having less issues with anxiety and less issues with depression because all of those emotions are being focused elsewhere, and they're growing in areas that they never expected to grow in.
Marcy, I like what you said, create your own Scentsy family. That is our biggest mission in the business, is to create a culture that can't be replicated, to create a culture that our family members, our Scentsy team members, don't ever want to leave. Last year, I lost my mom, and I went through a really dark year. Like, all of 2019 was extremely hard, and prior to that, we had been with Scentsy 3 years, and we had created a culture that I don't want to leave. Like, we work hard in order to stay where we're at because we love the vibe, we love our team, and it's just a whole family feel. Like, it's amazing. So thankfully, because of that, when I went into my dark spot in life, when I checked out, because of the culture that we had created, nobody left. Everybody stuck around, and everybody was able to, everybody understood, right now he's going through something, and we have a superstar director that we can reach out to, thankfully, and everybody, pretty much for the most part, everybody stuck around, and everybody waited. And when I got better and we jumped right back into the business, it was like we never left, and the culture was still there, and it was just amazing to know that we had created a family so strong within Scentsy that not even me checking out was able to break that. And even with my customers, there was a connection, a relationship with every single customer, and even they were reaching out during that time, like, hey, how are you doing? Checking in, because we had created a culture with them. We had created this family vibe, and it's something that, like I said, it can't be replicated, and people don't want to leave it. So yeah, I like what you said. Create your own Scentsy family. I feel like that's important, and when you start to build a team, that's what's going to keep your team, is creating a culture that cannot be replicated. If you're doing that, then you're doing the best thing you can for your team. One thing you can do to make sure you do that and consistently keep building a good family culture in your Scentsy team is to ignore the bad in the business. And that includes a lot of groups. I was in tons of groups when we first joined, that first year and a half, and it was draining to see some of the negativity in all of these groups every single day. So I can't remember who did the training. I want to say it was Jennifer Anderson, but she literally said, leave every Scentsy group that you're in right now because they're doing your business no good. And that spoke to my soul, and I left every single group except for our big one and have no regrets. I don't even follow the director's group because I just would rather not see any of the bad stuff that is sometimes posted in there. So all I see is the posts from our big group, and it's rarely ever negative because of the positive vibe that we have in there. So I think it's really important that you unsurround yourself from negative situations and negative groups, even if they are Scentsy related. Even if you feel like they're pouring a little bit of something into your business, but it's mostly negative, leave them and don't go back, and just focus on creating your own culture. And
kind of playing off of that as well is in the business, you're going to have less excuses when you're surrounding yourself with people that help you bust those excuses. Surrounding yourself with positive people, surrounding yourself, with people that are driven like you, even if they don't sell Scentsy, but obviously we're all here to encourage you and help bust your excuses. But if you're not able to, have friends that sell Scentsy or whatever, find friends that do it in other ways, who are driven people that bust those excuses for you and aren't negative Nellies in other ways, because it's very draining, and it turns you into a negative Nelly when you're constantly around people that are negative and constantly around people that are complaining about, I can't do this, I can't do that. You know what's crazy is I hear consultants all the time on our team say, I can't do that. honestly, if one of their kids came to them and said, I can't play soccer because I'm not good enough, what in the sand buckets of everything heck are you going to say to them? You're right. You're right. You can't. You're right. You can't. Maybe pick something else to do, or, just stop doing it. You are not going to tell your child that. So why are we allowing ourselves to tell ourselves, I can't, or I won't, or, it doesn't make any sense. You can do anything you set your mind to. You can do anything that you're pouring positive energy and positive vibes and positive everything into. You just have to do it. You have to get out of your own way, because so many times you're standing in your own way, running your mouth about how you can't do something. The energy that you just put into running your mouth about how you can't do something, you could have put it into the business, booked a party, got a recruit, got a sale, something. Stop saying you can't. Stop getting in your own way. Get the heck out of your own way. I know a funny story is we have a mentor that has mentored both of us. You need to go get in the shower. I'm not telling you again. Now. Anyways, we have a mentor that has mentored both of us. And for the longest time when Johnny was really struggling, the shower's outside now?
Steph.
Oh my goodness. For the longest time, when Johnny was struggling, I would say things like, oh my gosh, like I'm really trying so hard to change him, and I wish that he would change and do this. I wish he would change and do that. And they said, my mentor was like, you know what? You're in God's way. You need to get out of the way. You need to duck so that God can smack him in the head, and he will, he'll get him. So for our business, that's true as well. Like, get out of your own way, because you are what's standing in the way of your business. Get out of your own way so that your upline can breathe life into you. Get out of your own way so Jesus can smack you in the head and tell you that you can do anything you set your mind to.
Sometimes success is right there, but we're blocking it.
Yeah. Just like we block our blessings from Jesus, we don't block our success in our business because we are standing in our own way.
Yeah.
Stop feeding into your own excuses. Stop making excuses. Excuses are like belly buttons. Everybody has one and they all stink. Just saying.
Yeah, so start turning your excuses into your whys. Start saying, I don't have time, and start saying, I want more time. Start saying, it's because I have kids, and say, it's because I want to be able to be with my kids. Just turn your excuses into your whys, and you're going to see the dramatic change. Your mindset has everything to do with your excuse busting. If your mindset is not positive and it's still negative, but you're telling yourself, yeah, I want more time. Do you really believe it? Are you really going to believe it? Like, I didn't even believe it. So you need to wake up every single day and tell yourself, I want more time. I want more time. You need to feed it to yourself and tell yourself every single day that this is what you want. This is what you want. And pretty soon, before you know it, you're going to have all the time. And then you're going to be like, well, what's my why now? Like, I have all the time that I need. So what's the new why? So just remember to turn your excuses into your why. And when you outgrow, when you outgrow your current why, choose a bigger why. Do something that scares you.
Yeah, and it's like making the right choice, the choice to do what you want to do in your life. Well, like I was saying earlier, we all have the same amount of hours in the day. It's a matter of how they're being spent. And if you have time to veg out in front of the couch, if you have time to scroll on Facebook, you have time to put a little bit of effort into your business. But then you take that one day to yourself where you get rest and things like that, so that you have a release day. We don't work on Sundays at all. We will not answer people. We don't work on Sundays at all. It's our day together as a family, and to just breathe and relax and not focus on work. But then the rest of the time we are working. We are running a business, and it's paying off. In the last 3 months, we've made more than we ever have with Scentsy. Scentsy is covering our bills and then some. It's very hard getting paid once a month when you're used to like every 2 weeks and then Scentsy. So that's been really hard. But again, it's a choice. It's the choices that we're making throughout that month to work our business. Put your phone down.
It's our mindset. Our mindset has everything to do with it. I can't imagine if one of us was like, oh yeah, sure, let's go to work. And then the other one was like, happy about it. Like, yeah, let's do this, all motivated. Like, how draining would that be? Like, so you need to be 100% in it and ready to accept the
with
challenges.
an open mind and an open heart, for sure.
Yeah, when a challenge arises, you can't feel like automatically become defeated. You got to be ready to fight that challenge and to go on and have the strength to push on, because sometimes it gets hard and you want to quit, but it's when you don't quit, you keep going because the blessing's right there.
I know that Johnny struggled with addiction in his past, and I think that is kind of similar. Sunny, go get the dog, please.
She's coming. She's coming.
I think that's kind of similar, right, babe? Like, you never would have overcome that had you not made the choice.
Yeah. Yeah. I always something I'm very. Maybe I shouldn't even say it. Something I always hear people saying is that addiction is a disease, not a choice. And
Ava,
oh,
honestly,
Ava, out.
Go, Sonia.
So for me, because I feel like I chose
So
all those
dark.
days, I chose to do all those things. Like,
I asked you to get the dog.
for me, it was a mindset thing. It was, I don't want to get better today. I don't want to go see the counselor today. I don't want to stop doing drugs today. Like, I felt like it was, I knew that it was me making that choice. So one day I woke up and I chose to be better. One day I chose to not go back to drugs and never do meth again. And because I changed my mindset, I made the choice to do something better. My life is dramatically different now.
And I mean, it doesn't say that he still doesn't struggle with struggle. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. I'm so flushed with this dog done knocked my ring light over.
Ava, out.
That he doesn't struggle with temptation, and then obviously with mental health issues, because yes, addiction may not be a disease in our minds, but there is things that go around addiction that can be considered disease. So he still struggles with anxiety and depression and things like that, and temptation. But again, it's a choice to not go back to that lifestyle. It's a choice to be better, and to do better, even when it's hard. Because I'm sure I drive him to want to go crazy or something.
That's a whole nother topic we can go into.
Anyways, well, I think that, I don't know how much time we were supposed to be on.
An hour and 4 minutes.
An hour and 4 minutes? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Well, hopefully you guys got something out of this. Again, I know that our heart is to always help in one way or another, and we don't know everything. We're aiming for star director this month, so we're only director, aiming for star. So we don't know everything. We haven't been in the business very long. So, I mean, there's still stuff that we learn every single day from our peers and our leaders. So our heart is that we're just helpful and that we help you and, reignite your flame for Scentsy or inspire you to be better. We're open books. So if you ever have questions, comments, concerns, or anything, let us know. We're always here. Like we said, we're a family, so our door is open to you whenever you're in Idaho, and our inbox is always open. So if you ever need anything,
sure.
Let us know. Marcy, thanks so much for having us on here tonight. Thank you for taking the time to reach out to us. And then again, we hope that you guys got something out of this, even if it was one little thing learned or whatever. Anyways, I'm going to go inhale the rest of my food and get these kids to bed. So I hope that you all have a great night. And
Talk to you guys later. Hopefully we can do Scentsy Family Reunion next year and we can meet a bunch of you guys because it would be amazing. I cannot wait.
Hug us.
Yes,
Lots
I cannot
of
wait.
hugs.
There's this just huge anxiety monster dying to hug people and love on them. So I can't wait to meet a bunch of you. Add us on Facebook so that way we can become familiar with your faces.
All right,
Anyways,
guys, have a good night.
See ya.